Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of English with Louise. And today we're diving into something that drives English learners crazy, phrasal verbs. But don't worry, I've got some methods to make them a bit more manageable. I'm going to focus on the one group of phrasal verbs, all made with the preposition up. Consider the word up in English. Yes, up is a direction, but it is so much more than that when you add it to certain verbs. And each phrasal verb using up is like looking at them from a slightly different perspective. Think about these phrasal verbs that include up. Add up, back up, blow up, break up, bring up, catch up, clean up, come up, give up, lift up, look up, make up, pick up, set up, take up, turn up, wake up, use up. Let's look at these in some more detail. When we use up, we mean to go higher or increase, to rise. That's the underlying meaning of the phrasal verbs that use up. They are not all a literal meaning of up, but a guide. Well, let's use some pictures. Here we are. Add up. Now, add up has two meanings. It can mean to calculate a sum, for example, 2 plus 2, or when something is suspicious. For example, we added up the cost figures and the delivery prices to find the overall cost. Or, the numbers don't add up. If something is suspicious, we say it doesn't add up. For example, he took the day off to go to his grandmother's funeral, but he said the same last month, so it doesn't add up. Okay, back up. This has three meanings. To support someone or something, to make a copy of data, or to reverse. For example, I'll back you up in the meeting means I'll support you. Or we need to back up our data means we need to make a copy. Or I don't understand, you'll need to back up and say it again means you need to go back to what you were saying before. It can also mean to literally reverse, as in a direction. Back up your car into that space means to reverse into that space. Okay, now we have to blow up, to explode, to lose one's temper and shout. For example, the balloon blew up, or he was so angry he just blew up at me, means someone emotionally exploded. To break up means to end a relationship or to disperse or split into smaller parts. For example, my friends decided to break up. Or private equity firms buy businesses to break them up. Then they make a profit on their investment. To bring up, to mention something, or to raise a child. For example, she brought up an interesting point in the meeting. Or they did a great job bringing up their children. To catch up, this has three meanings. To reach someone or something ahead, to do something that was previously missed, or to get the latest news from someone. For example, drive faster to catch up with them, or I need to catch up on work, or we must meet soon to catch up on the latest news. Then we have to clean up. Means to make something clean and tidy. For example, please clean up after yourself. To come up, something that was mentioned or appeared. For example, the issue came up during the meeting. To cut up, to cut into parts. For example, cut up the pizza so we can share it. To give up, to stop trying or to surrender. For example, don't give up on your dreams. To lift up means to raise or elevate something. For example, he lifted up the box. To look up to search for information. For example, look up the word in the dictionary. To make up is to invent a story or excuse, or to reconcile after a fight. For example, she made up an unbelievable excuse for being late. Or, after they argued, they made up and lived happily ever after. To pick up means to lift something or to collect someone or something. For example, pick up the paper you dropped, or I'll pick you up at 6 p.m. Then we have to set up, to arrange or organize something. For example, they set up a meeting for next week. Next is to take up, to begin a new activity or to occupy space and time. For example, she took up painting as a hobby, or his stuff takes up too much space. Then we have to turn up, to increase the volume or to arrive unexpectedly. For example, turn up the music, or I didn't expect them to turn up at the party. To wake up is to stop sleeping. For example, I wake up early every day. To use up is to consume completely. For example, who used up all the eggs? Okay, these examples highlight various ways up is used to alter the meaning of words, often suggesting an increase or completion of an action. There are still more phrasal verbs using up. For example, get up, grow up, top up, stitch up, work up, and more. But the ones I've given you today should help you understand how this little word can influence the meaning of a verb. By looking for ways the preposition changes the verb into a new verb, you can find similarities which can help you remember how to use them. You can download the transcript from the description box and see the list of these phrasal verbs. If this helps you, please click like, share with someone you know who could benefit from my videos, add a comment or a question. Thank you for watching. Remember, English might be your passport to a promotion. Keep going and bye for now. See you in the next video.